Whoa, a camera Pokemon! Good morning, Wolfpack. Sad Spanish Jaguar. Welcome back to Monthly Favorites, the series where I talk about all the stuff I've been watching, playing, and listening to. And today, we're going to be focusing on the month of July. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Podcasts. The first podcast I want to talk about today is actually called Invasions of Privacy, which is hosted by comedian Kate Wolf and YouTuber Joe Santagato. Well, actually, by the time I'm recording this episode, Joe has actually left the podcast, so it's really just Kate Wolf with a guest in every episode. They talk about all sorts of topics relating to life, whether it be sex, anxiety, ghosts, etc. It goes a lot of places. I think I would say what I love about the podcast the most is like Kate is not really afraid to, say whatever is on her mind, and that's pretty rare to find these days, to me at least. I don't know for any of you, but I like it, so that's why I would recommend this podcast. But if it is a deal breaker to you that Joe's no longer on the podcast, they've still been doing the podcast for like past 2 years, so there's like plenty of episodes. I would say like almost 100 of episodes of him on the podcast, so you can just listen to those archive episodes and then make a decision. The next podcast I want to talk about is called You Made It Weird with Pete Holmes. Pete Holmes has made a pretty good name himself in the world of comedy and is even filming his own HBO series. But to get back to his podcast, he pretty much interviews somebody with some sort of level of fame. He's interviewed people like Aziz Ansari, Jimmy Kimmel, Grace Helbig, Keegan-Michael Key, etc. The list goes on and on. He typically doesn't ask the questions you usually hear in interviews. They're more like silly or sometimes like really serious. So the podcast tends to be like really funny, but it can get really deep, and so I like that balance. This is quite a popular podcast, and for good reason. Music. Listen to Lost Boys by Ruth B. I am the lost boy in Neverland. I'm a terrible singer. It's terrible. YouTube. A YouTuber I got into recently is LeafyisHere. You probably heard the name before because his channel's been growing extremely rapidly and is close to hitting 5 million subscribers. He finds some of the most cringiest videos on YouTube and, makes fun of them. But he's also been known for calling out big YouTubers such as Elysion, Keemstar, and even FouseyTube. But what a lot of people fail to realize is his satire. He pretty much only speaks in sarcasm. I mean, the only time I really heard him speak seriously is whenever he's, thanking his fans and just telling how appreciative he is for them. Whenever he makes a rant about a big YouTuber and they make a response video towards him, I mean, they say that he does little to no research on them, but I mean, he's just trying to make an entertaining video for his viewers. I mean, that's really it. I mean, I'd say the most serious he's ever gone on when he makes rants on people would be on like Keemstar and his YouTube rants. But other than that, it's satire, man. I mean, why else would he put a bunch of memes in the video? Look, whether you hate him or love him, I enjoy Leafy's videos, alright? And I can see the sarcasm of which he speaks with. The other YouTube channel I wanted to talk about is Scarce. For those who don't know him, Scarce just reports on all of the YouTube drama that's been going on. What I like about Scarce is that he's just genuinely a nice and mature guy, unlike the other drama reporting channel.
Alex is doing this shit, you fucking nigger! I swear to fucking God.
So if you want to keep up to date with all of the drama, I'd follow Scarce. Video games. I would be crazy not to talk about the game that has become the #1 app in existence. That's right, I'm talking Angry Birds. No, just jokes, alright? Pokemon Go, of course. This game has motivated me to explore my hometown, and I haven't wanted to explore this place in like 5 years. I fell out of love with Pokemon in the past couple years, but with it being the 20th anniversary, Sun and Moon coming out this fall, and Pokemon Go taking the world by storm, it's hard not to be a proud Pokemon fan. I have a lot of fun with the app, and this is what my team currently looks like. I haven't had that much time to play the game ever since it's come out because I was so busy with work, but I do now since I got a different job with not as much hours, which is what I wanted. So probably in the September favorites we'll talk about it more. Not August because those are being filmed back to back, but hopefully we'll see. All right. For those who want to know, I really want in Pokemon Go a Gengar, a Dragonite, a Vileplume, Alakazam, Blastoise, and what was that one? Well, Nidoking. It's gonna be tough, but I'm already like working on it. As you saw in my team. The other game I was playing this month was Fire Emblem Fates, and I finally finished the Conquest campaign. I really love this campaign. It turned out to be way more challenging than I normally anticipated. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but the ending was shocking and fulfilling. And I already started the Birthright campaign. I was like, should I just go right into the Birthright campaign, or should I play another game instead to get a little break? But no, I just decided why not just slip right into the Birthright campaign. So I'll talk about that more in the August favorites. Movies. Good news, I watched a lot of movies this month, so the speedrun is going to be intense. So here we go. The Maze Runner Scorched Trials was the second movie in the franchise, and you know, this one was just focused too much on world building. It was completely joyless. I actually liked the first one, but the second one, the duff was something that was just playing on TV, but I kind of liked it. Oh, and did you know that the female lead was actually the voice of Katara in Avatar: The Last Airbender? Whoa. Central Intelligence is the new comedy starring Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson, and you know, I liked it, but Kevin Hart needs to be careful because his movies are all starting to look the same. Finding Dory was the long-awaited sequel to Finding Nemo, and you know, at first, in the beginning of the movie, it looked like it was just going to be like, whoa, remember this from the first movie? Oh, that's weird. But it proved me wrong. It turned itself around and turned something new and refreshing, so I did like it. Independence Day, which I finally saw for the first time in my life, and you know, to me it was just trying to be like gritty Star Wars set in reality with Will Smith. That's all I can really say about it. 51st States is a movie starring Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, and you know, I liked it because I appreciate it because it does raise a question: can you be with someone that has a short-term memory loss and constantly forgetting who you are? The Breakup is a comedy starring Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston, and you know, I like it. It tackles real topics, but like in a funny fashion, you know. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates is a new hilarious comedy starring Zac Efron, Adam Devine, Aubrey Plaza, and Anna Kendrick, and everyone kills it. It's just, I had a good time watching it. All right. Swiss Army Man was such a weird and bizarre movie. I don't even know how to explain it, so I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. You definitely need to go see it. I definitely recommend it. The Purge Election Year is the third movie in the franchise, and you know, I liked it. It does a lot more what was good about the second one, but you know, maybe I'm just a little biased just because I was in the movie. Woo! Ghostbusters 1, the original, I finally saw the first time. I didn't grow up with the movie, so I don't have the love that a lot of people do, and you know, I just don't get it because it did things that I felt were weird decisions. And I don't understand why the 2016 new one is getting so much hate just because it's an all-female cast. Ghostbusters 2 was just, it wasn't that good, alright? It just tried to use the same exact plot over again from the first one, and it didn't work. It just fell flat on its face. Lights Out is a new horror movie, and you know, I actually liked it because they focus more on the plot than it does on the jump scares, so which I can appreciate. Ice Age Closing Course is the 5th movie in the franchise, and hopefully this is the last one. I'm not saying this one was bad, but they need to stop. Christ, that's enough Ice Age movies. Like, Jesus. Bad Moms is a new hilarious comedy starring Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, and Kathryn Hahn, and I wasn't even planning on watching this movie. It was a really last-second decision, but I'm glad it did because it was super, super funny. I could not recommend it more. And finally, the 2016 Ghostbusters was a good movie. I actually liked it. I know those are fighting words, but to me, it did more of what the first one should have. Trust me, I know those are fighting words and people are going to fight me for it, but you know, that's just my opinion. And maybe it's just the Gotham in me. TV shows. So I finally got to see season 4 of Orange is the New Black, and it was actually amazing. I really didn't like season 3, it felt like nothing was going on, but in season 4, whoo, did they turn things around. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but the last 3 episodes in season 4 are just gut-wrenching, just absolutely like, that doesn't I actually haven't. That's just how I felt after seeing season 4. So if you haven't seen Orange is the New Black yet, I definitely recommend it. It's one of Netflix's best. This month I also got to see MTV's Scream series, which is based off the Scream movies that was directed by Wes Craven. I was curious to see if the Scream formula actually worked for a TV series, and you know, it legitimately does. I mean, you get to know the characters better, and so you care more. I mean, not to say that the TV show was better than the movies. No, the Scream movies were absolutely better than. So you can enjoy it because the TV show is trying to do its own thing. They did make a season 2 for it, which I'll be looking forward to once Netflix actually puts it up. The last show I got to see in July was Fuller House, which is the reboot to Full House. Nearly everybody reprised their roles, and as for the show itself, you know, it's fine. It did what it was set out to do, which was reprise the Full House formula with a 2016 spin on it. And that's all it was. So if you were a fan of Full House, I do think you're gonna like Fuller House. And now for the best thing. The best thing about July, I would have to say that I actually went camping for the first time in my life, and I really loved it. It was such a great experience. I was just surrounded by friends and family for 3 days with no responsibilities. I mean, and I even vlogged at the whole thing, so the video isn't out yet, but it should be coming out in the next couple of months. I'm finally going to get to it. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, and don't forget to subscribe and part of the Wolfpack today. New videos every Monday through Thursday, and also Fridays on the main channel, Project Paradox, and there will be a link to the main channel video at the very end of this video. And, I mean, that's it. It's time for this lone wolf to roll out. Oh!